Greetings, Portal Masters. It's Lou here. I'm at Activision. We're in our Skylanders HQ, and today we're going to take a level playthrough look at the Rainfish Riviera. So let's hop on in.
Wow, you weren't kidding when you talked about the storm.
Yep, it's been pouring like this ever since that big old rainfish showed up.
Speaking of which, just how big is this rainfish?
That big! Oh, that takes me back.
Okay, we just need to find that information squid of yours, deal with the pirates, not get eaten by the rainfish, and find somewhere to land in this storm.
All right then, how about I show you around these parts?
All right, Portal Masters, we are in Rainfish Riviera, and I'm playing as a new life trap master called Tuff Luck. And we're here to help Mags track down her information squid.
Alrighty then, let's go look for my squid. It's gotta be around here somewhere. I just hope that fish hasn't eaten him. He tends to do that a lot.
All right, so let's move on forward, destroying anything in our path.
Element are stronger in this zone.
Well, looky here. We arrived just in time for a pirate party. I wonder if it's in our honor.
All right, let's go check out this pirate party.
Bring it on!
Last ho! Brawlrus.
It looks like we found a most wanted villain.
That's right. Give these pirates what for.
So let's see if we can defeat and capture the Brawlrus. You can see I'm laying down a path of lucky charms, which I can use to hide in. So that way the enemies can't find me. So when these sea and enemies, that's fun to say, try and find me, they're going to be confused that I'm hiding. And as always, since I'm fighting against a most wanted villain, I'm using my Trap Master so that I got a damage boost against him.
Defeated.
Put a tech trap in the portal to trap this villain.
What is all this? I demand to speak to the person in charge. I'm a Brawlrus.
Alright, well we've defeated the Brawlrus, so let's use our tech trap to capture him.
Huh? What is this? Some kind of vortex? Well then, vortex ho! Oh! What is this trap? Some kind of trap? I've never been in a trap before. Been in lots of tubes for some reason, but never a trap. Brawlrus trapped.
Alright, so let's assign our Brawlrus to our tech trap.
Tag ho!
Like the way you handle yourself there, Skylander. Real nice. Might be some wood you can use over there to repair the bridge. Not a very sophisticated invention, but hey, it works.
Alright, so now that we've captured the Brawlrus, we've got him under our control. We can use his awesome Sea Star launcher to fire out a rapid fire shot as well as a big grinding shot. And remember, you can always press the tag team button to switch back and forth with your Skylander and your villain at any time. So now let's grab this wood here, which we're going to use as a bridge up ahead. Alright, let's see what's up with Mags up ahead.
Well, hot buttered toast! You made it! Although it just occurred to me that we might have better luck finding my information squid if we split up. Nothing personal, I swear. Wait, hold your horses there. Forgot to tell you something real important. You can actually reuse some of these bridges you build. Just pick up the old one after you crossed it and place it somewhere new.
Alright, well, looks like I can pick up that bridge and go get that key. I don't know what it's for yet, but may as well plan ahead. So you can pick up your bridge material, bring it to a new location, and lay it down. Voila, brand new bridge. gate here. And looks like we found our gate with 2 keyholes. So we've used the one, but now we gotta find where the other key is.
Undead elements are stronger in this zone.
So we're now in Fishbone's card shack. Let's talk to Bucko.
Yo ho ho! Look what the catfish dragged in. A Skylander! I suppose it's my key you be wanting. Well, if so, then it's Skystone Smash we first be playing.
Alright, so let's play some Skystone Smash and see if we can get that gate key.
Yahar! That's what I like to hear. Now, let's play some Skystone Smash!
Now, if you haven't seen Skystone Smash before, well, then you obviously haven't been watching all of our level playthrough videos. So I recommend that you guys hit subscribe. That way you can check out all the cool level playthrough videos, including the one where we took you through Chef Zeppelin and taught you how to play Skystone Smash.
Well, I'll be scrimshawed. Ye won! But a pirate of me word I am, and access to the key I'll be granting.
On a roll.
Alright, so now I'm going to switch to another new Skylander. I'm going to bring in a new Trap Master of the magic element.
Mind over matter!
This is Blastermind. Got some really cool mind control moves and projectiles. But, you know, I really wanted to switch to them so that we can collect some of Bucko's pirate booty. That way, next time we see Persephone, we might be able to give him an upgrade. Don't forget that key. Alright, now that we've got our key, let's go use it on that gate. Uh-oh, looks like we're in for an enemy ambush.
Prepare to get brain drained.
Looks like we found a brand new capturable villain, the Mastermind. Now the Mastermind actually takes over defeated enemies. You can tell they've been taken over by the Mastermind by that mask there. So we're going to have to take out that enemy and then try and quickly take out the Mastermind so that way he can't take over anybody else. Once he's defeated, we're going to use an undead trap to capture him.
Hey, you're not supposed to use magic against me!
If I'm guilty of anything, it's caring too much and possessing a bunch of people. But is that really so wrong? Wait, don't tell me. I can read your mind.
Mastermind trapped.
All right, now we've got our Mastermind. Let's add him to our trap. All right, now that we've defeated him, he's now part of our trap team. And really, what better combination than having 2 Masters of Mind Control as a tag team? So let's use that key we got and progress onward and see what else we can find.
Uh-oh. Looks like we got ourselves a classic case of gate in the way. There's a switch inside that opens it, but also a lot of bad guys in there. Want to take care of them?
Villains are stronger in this zone.
All right, so I'm going to switch back to Mastermind. Let's use him to defeat those enemies. You saw we even got a level up for our Blastermind here. Because when you're playing as a villain, you always get the experience to your Skylander.
take it from here.
And so you'll see I've used Mastermind's mind control to switch these sea anemone enemies into a nicer state, so that way they're actually part of my team. And they'll attack one another. But you can tell once the effect wears off, they're now focused back on me. Take out that bombshell. You can use the secondary attack of Blastermind to lift them up so that way they can't attack, and then sneak in and do his primary attack, which is this explosion utilizing his Traptanium hack.
Exactly as I predicted.
And once those enemies are defeated, let's float on over here.
Hot buttered toast.
Press the button and move on forward. I always like how Blastermind actually floats. Even though he has legs, doesn't use them very often.
Oops, looks like another bridge is out, and not one you can rebuild with a little wood. But luckily, we got a big crane right here. First thing you want to do is use it to pick up those pirate creeps on the other side and drop them into the water. Should be a hoot and a half.
Alright, according to Mags, we're supposed to use this crane here to pick out those enemies from the area that we want to get to. So now you're in control of this big crane, so you gotta try and time it so that way you can pick up the pirates and drop them in the water. No land lubbing for these scurvy pirates.
Is not how I saw this day going.
You gotta watch the way they move, because sometimes, due to the delay in a crane, you're gonna accidentally try and pick them up in the spot where they just once were. So you gotta make sure you watch their timing and grab them when they're temporarily stopped.
Bombs away! Come on, bring that crane over to me.
Alright, so now we'll pick up Mags
Now just drop me off on that other platform.
and drop her off at the other side so that way she can build the bridge so that we can cross.
Nice going. Now I'll just activate my handy-dandy bridge here.
Alright, it looks like we've got another bridge, but there's a gate in the way that we're going to need a bomb for. And it looks like it's up there. So let's hop on down, hit this bounce pad, pick up the bomb, and make our way quickly across the bridge so that way we can progress forward.
Full steam ahead.
Skylanders of the water element are stronger.
Looks like our path is blocked. But luckily, we've got another crane. I stocked up on these things years ago. Just pick up those pirates and move them out of the way again. I don't care where. No, wait, yeah, I do. Put them in the water.
All right, Portal Master, so in the interest of time and making sure that we don't spoil too much, we're going to fast forward a bit. All right, now the gate is dropped, and we can move on in.
I'm heading in.
All right, bombshell. Defeat him. Ooh, there's a couple of them. Got to remember to use that levitate ability.
All right, let's do it. Let's hug it out. Brawl and Chain.
And it looks like we found another most wanted villain to capture. The Brawl and Chain. He's going to come on in on his boat. Looks like he's got some backup ready to go as well. Now they're using grappling hooks, so always make sure to try and take those out quickly so that way his enemies can't board the ship. Since we've got a most wanted villain here, always make sure you're using a Trap Master to get that added damage. Let's see, I'm going to use my Mastermind. See if I can turn these enemies against one another. So while I can't turn and brain control one of the most wanted enemies, I can turn his minions against him and get some added damage done that way. That way he's focused on his disobedient minion and not me, and we can take him out.
Brawl and Chain defeated.
Put a water trap in the portal to trap this villain.
Need an extra hand, Skylander? Well, not literally a hand, but, you know.
Alright, so now we're going to use a water trap. We're going to capture Brawl and Chain.
Oh, my true love will always be the sea!
Oh, I get it. Lock me back up inside Traptanium, huh? Well, it's not gonna hold me this time! Oh, no way. Yeah, I guess it is. Brawl and Chain trapped.
Alright, we've defeated the Brawl and Chain, so let's add them to our trap.
Here I go!
We got a nice bounty for defeating him, and we've got a new member of our trap team. So now I think is a great time to switch to another Skylander. We're going to switch to a brand new core Skylander of the fire element, Trail Blazer.
The main event. I'm always a sure bet.
Let's use his flame-based abilities. You can see he's got a flaming mane, as well as this awesome flaming kick. Let's see what lies ahead.
Hey, as luck would have it, I just found my information squid. It's hanging somewhat suspiciously in that net. Ah! My information squid! Oh, those idiot pirates must have been using it as fish food. But if I understand fishing, and I don't, I'm thinking that we might be able to catch this rainfish using that crane over there. Come on, before it's too late!
Looks like the information squid was eaten, and now we got to rush to try and fish it out so that way we can get it. So I'm going to switch to our newly captured Brawl and Chain. Really good for wide areas, taking out those chompies with ease. And it looks like we have another bridge area, so let's grab the one we just crossed and use it to go ahead.
Stronger in this zone.
I'm always a sure bet.
All right, so let's grab that bridge. Cross here, so that way we can get up to the crane to go fishing. See if we can capture us a rainfish.
First thing you want to do is bait this fish with a little bit of bait.
Alright, so we need a little bait. We're going to put it into the water to lure the fish. So when he comes to get the bait, we time it right, we'll grab him, and we'll get our information squid.
Well, now it's just a matter of getting inside his belly and pulling out my information squid as well as anything else you happen to find in there.
Hop on down. And I know it looks scary, but we're gonna have to hop in. Because there, in the fish's mouth, next to some hooks and a boat, maybe a life preserver, is the information squid.
Sure is good to have my information squid back. Sorry you had to go inside the rainfish's mouth to get it, though, Skylander.
So this thing can really tell us all about Traptanium?
It can tell us just about anything, Callie. Except, of course, a good recipe for guilt-free brownies. That would be impossible.
Okay. Well, let's get it back to the Academy then and figure out what's next.
So thanks for joining me today, Portal Masters, for this level playthrough of the Rainfish Riviera. Now, we only looked at the main path of the adventure, but there's elemental areas and a lot of hidden spots for you guys to find and explore. So leave some comments below on some of the stuff that you've found in Rainfish Riviera. Now, along our path, we found 3 capturable villains. So let's add them to our trap team. So I've got, in our tech trap, the Brawlrus. So let's add him in. Right there. In our undead trap, we got Mastermind. And in our water trap, we got Brawl and Chain. So let's add him to our trap tray. All right, Portal Masters, thanks for joining me, taking a look at Rainfish Riviera, some of the villains that we captured, and be sure to hit subscribe to check out some more of our level playthroughs. Thanks again.